Good morning, everybody. I'm Go Vera, Go Home. And I want to welcome you to the Sunday Brunch Kit Builds, the once a week live that I do every Sunday morning. I think I'm settling in nice at 11 o'clock, 11 till 1. We usually go for about 2 hours, and we work on kits, build kits, talk about the hobby, and everything in between. So I've been working on the ethanol series, the Walthers ethanol kits, and it's going well. I have at least 3 kits done, and as you can see, or as you will see, I am partially through another kit here. These are the silos, the corn storage silos with elevators, and my cat is here as well. And all right, so yeah, we normally start at about 11, but I like to jump on a little bit early just so that it gives time for everybody to join in, say hey, and yeah, and then we get started. Okay, so I'm gonna need my glue. Give me a second here. All right. As you can see behind me, I've been working on some stuff, which you'll probably see in the next update. Also down here, been busy the last couple of days working on the layout, and I was even doing ballast about 30 minutes ago. So lots getting done, and I'm really excited. Can't wait to show you guys next month on my layout update. You can see everything that I have been working on throughout the month. In typical Sunday brunch kit build fashion, I normally put the link to the actual video in the chat. So if anybody, and I know that there's a couple of people that will be joining me today, so I am going to just do a little copy paste here, and I'm going to put the link in the chat there for those who will be joining. There we go, and that way you can get set up. We're gonna say hey to everyone in the chat here. I believe we've got about 8 people that have joined us this morning, bright and early, even before I went live. Hillbilly Railroad, how's it going? James Galton and Anfield Road Layout in the Loft and M&M Rails. Good morning, great video this morning, Mark. I accept your challenge. And Perry, Trains by Perry, how's it going? Dwight. And Grandpa Rails, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, Grandpa Rails. And GRE 2057. And then myself. I'm in there too. GRE 2057 says, what are you using for glue for those who are tuning in for the first time? Well, first off, welcome. Second of all, to answer your question, I use 2 different types of glue. Okay. Now, I enjoy Walthers because I really enjoy the plastic. I've used a number of different building kits. So I noticed that there's different kinds of plastic or resin that they use, and I really find that Walthers, to me, works the best. When I've got 2 pieces of plastic that are unpainted and it's plastic to plastic, I use this Tamiya extra thin cement. And it has a green lid to it. It's almost like a lime green. I know they've got a couple of newer ones. This is a fast setting glue, and it's great because I don't like sitting there holding it for long periods of time. I like to it comes with a little brush. I'll show you here. It comes with a little brush, like a nail polish brush. Not that I do nail polish. It comes with a little nail polish brush in there. And, you obviously you put it on both pieces and whatnot, and it dries pretty quickly. When I'm gluing 2 pieces together, 2 pieces of plastic that are painted, so you'll see that today because I had to paint a lot of my pieces here. I use the Instacure Stevens International Hobby Distributions Gap Filling. This is a one Oz bottle here, and it has a purple It's a bit of a purple lid to it there. That's what I use, painted to painted. Now there's also different things that you can get. There's like an Instacure spray that I know our buddy Bubs031 uses. He will put some of this on the pieces. He will put it in place, and then he goes with the Instacure, and it dries it instantly, right? This here, I find that it will dry, and it does work really well. If you are using it on a painted to painted, you don't want to use a lot of it because it could cloud. It could use that, or it could leave a white film. So be very cautious when using it. We have joining us Perry. Perry's working on the same kit as me, and he has been for the last month or so. We've been working on the same kit together. How are you today, Perry?
Good, you?
Good. Did you get any further on your grain silos there?
Yeah, I got a lot further. I kind of cheated. I worked after the show there last week, and I worked a little bit on it this morning. You can see I got the railings on the top here all done.
Yep. Cool.
And I got the elevator. I've been working on the elevator here on the side. And nice. I got some painting done, and I posted a video this morning. I got some stuff from Otter Valley. I got a couple of these grain trailers.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah, so I thought I'd show you those. I just posted a video there about an hour ago on my channel, so if you want to see them being opened, and that's the tarp. They're going to be closed tarp ones, so I got 2 of them.
What kind of material is that tarp there?
It's just a plastic.
Oh, okay.
It's a hard, like, a plastic. You can get them. I don't have one. I'd like to get one that's open.
Mm-hmm.
Because they make one that is with the open tarp.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get one of those too.
Huh.
But you just gotta find. They just come out. So and Otter Valley's got a couple more of them. But
yeah, I still have to order some. I haven't had a chance.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'd like to get it. Like,
they're what, $30? $30 a trailer?
I think they were, either 39 or 29. I can't remember. I'd have to look. Well, here, hang on. I got the thing right here somewhere, close by. Yeah, International Lone Star Wilson Trailers, $29.99 at Otter Valley.
Ah, right on.
So there you go.
Well, it's funny that you mention they make it like that or that way. We have another guest with us today, and it's Tim from They Make It Like That. Tim, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, loud and clear.
Awesome. Too loud?
No. You're good. You're good.
All right. I'm trying to fix my angle here.
No worries.
I've never used this camera on a top down before, so I'm trying to get the focus right.
No worries. We're gonna get to work here. What are you working on today?
I'm just gonna do some graffiti. I haven't decided what car or what it's gonna look like yet, but I'm just gonna do something.
Right on. Well, we'll follow along.
My brother gave me a box of HO cars to work on, so I don't have to like magnify anything for you guys.
Nice. So you're gonna draw it out first, and then you're just gonna transfer that to the car?
Yeah, I'm thinking that. I might actually go with one that I've already drawn, but I'm not too sure yet.
So is that what you do? You draw it out first on a piece of paper, and then you put it back on the car then?
Sometimes, because sometimes I'll repeat the same one on different cars if it's for different people.
Okay, yeah.
Because I mean, a lot of times you'll see the same tag on multiple cars because it's like someone's handle, right? So they wanna be known. They want to see their name across the country, right?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I don't feel bad doing it on multiple cars.
Yeah.
So if I've done it enough times where I can just do it off the top of my head, then I'll just do it. But sometimes I like to draw it out first.
Oh, that's cool. I never actually thought about doing that, so I'd like to try that sometime.
It's fun. It depends on what kind of mood you're in, really. Like I'll look it up online there to see if the car actually has a specific kind of graffiti to it. If I can't find the car, then I can kind of freehand it. But I try to go as close to the real one if I can find the number.
Yeah, I've done the same thing. I usually look up the car when I get a new model. I'll look it up on I think it's railpictures.net or something. I'll look up the car and see what it's weathered like, and what it's. Sometimes you make sure it's, they've done it prototypically correct. Because I know I've got some BNSF grain cars there that they didn't really put the those yellow reflective things on right. Like some of them are on horizontal, and they're supposed to be on vertically, and just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mark says I'm gonna sketch you, Chris. I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not.
Oh, here we go.
Not
Me
today.
Anyway.
I'll sketch you like one of the French girls.
I might actually. I'll send you a boxcar, and if you can do a graffiti of my cat on there, like just her face, that'd be hilarious.
That would be pretty cool. There's never enough space on my desk.
No. I'm running out of room as well on the layout. I used to have all these leaning areas where I could just lean or sit a glass or something. No, it's all ballast or, track or whatever now, or static grass. So I got no more room.
That's not good. I saw you had some guests this week on your GVO After Dark on Thursday.
I did, yeah. Both Brandon and Tristan were nice enough to stop by with a whole bunch of neat trinkets, I guess you could say.
Yes.
That was some next level stuff, I'm not gonna lie.
The P42, like I almost didn't let him leave. Are you sure you don't want to leave that here? Yeah, no, it was cool. The stuff that Tristan does is really awesome, and yeah, he puts a lot of time and effort into it, and it's some next level hobby stuff,
Yeah. The odd time he'll drop stuff off here and just leave it and let me run it there for a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
I don't get to run trains too often. I really need one of those CMX cleaning cars. I was going to invest in one once I finish my actual main line. That way I can just run it right around and clean the main and get that all sorted.
CMX cleaning car. What are they now? I don't think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it looks like a little brass tanker, and then it has a cleaning pad on the bottom.
Right.
Do you need me to weather it once you get it?
I wouldn't mind it painted and weathered.
Make it look like it belongs.
Yeah. Well, I know a guy who actually he does Ontario Northland as well as myself, and he had painted it all like Ontario Northland blue and put ONR decals on it, like
right
chevrons and stuff. Yeah. So
yeah, because it's a brass car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he made it look like it's part of his actual roster, right?
Okay.
That's
so I thought
cool.
that was
I've never seen that done before.
Because I know, brass is hard to paint. Well, not hard to paint, I guess, if you have the right stuff. But
finding the willpower, it looks so cool as a brass car, So
yeah.
Dave just got one actually, and he said it works really well, and it even works on 15-inch radius.
Wow.
Yeah, I was impressed.
A 15-inch radius.
Yep, he's got I don't know if you've ever seen Dave Coe's channel, but his layout, because he has a very confined space.
Okay.
He was able to construct a layout where it's a 15-inch radius, and it loops back on itself over 2 levels, and it goes up a 4% grade.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But does he do logging or something? I've honestly never seen it. I should check it out.
No logging. He has a couple of different industries and a couple of different cars. He mostly runs CP, but
Okay.
he's very.
I won't hold that against him.
I don't, but we give him a hard time for it all the time, though. But yeah, it's really neat how he's constructed it, and it's almost like a flawless running layout.
Okay.
But he's very
That's pretty
particular
cool.
as to what he can and can't run.
Yeah.
Anything more than a 40-foot car, and it runs the risk of not working on the curbs, right? So
Yeah. So no auto racks.
no autos. No.
And no 3-axle locomotives either.
True.
No.
But it's good in a sense because, I mean, for his wallet anyways, he doesn't have to go out and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars. He's got set everything, and he's happy with that. And that's good.
So, Trains by Perry. What are
Yes.
you working on? I missed the intro to what you're working on.
I'm working on the ethanol series the same as Chris is, and we're
Okay.
doing the same kit at the same time. Now, usually Chris is way ahead of me, but I think I'm a little bit ahead of him this morning. Somehow, I don't know.
It's because I had to go out and find paint, and it took me a while to find a nice gray colored paint for these silos.
Okay.
But I was able to go to what is that store called? Rona? Not Rona. Is it Rona? What's the
Could
other
be.
one?
Lowe's?
Lowe's. There you go. Yeah, I was able to get to Lowe's the other day. Can't see, like, I go to the Home Depot and literally the entire spray can section is white.
Really?
Yeah.
So everybody's painting stuff.
Yeah, like there's a specific color I use, the camo tan color. And I use that for my pieces that are, going to be ground, like are on the ground.
Right.
They're all out everywhere. I checked Walmart, even Lowe's didn't have any, but I did manage to find this really nice gray here, and it's very, very close to the Tamiya gray, the concrete gray that I use.
Right.
But only you get a huge bottle for $10 as opposed to the little bottle for $11.
Yeah, I used this is the last of the River Rock stuff that I had from Krylon. Is what I painted this with, and then I dull coated it because it's a gloss, so it doesn't look too bad. But I've got some. I went the other day to Canadian Tire and I bought some kind of a smoky ivory color, and it's close to that, but it's not quite the same. But it looks pretty good, and it was like $10 for a big can, so it'll last me. I bought 2 cans, so it'll last me for quite a while, I hope.
I always forget about Canadian Tire. They offer.
They got some. Like I got some. Well, that's the color of the buildings too. That fuzzy moss green. I bought another can of that because I used up all the can painting all the building sides for everything. And I bought another can of that. I bought some yellow and some flat too, just clear flat.
Nice. Yeah, that Krylon flat stuff works really well.
Well, it's not Krylon. Canadian Tire doesn't sell Krylon anymore. You have to get that at Lowe's, but they have their own their own premium brand or something now.
Oh, really?
Or yeah. So, but they have and what else do they have? Rust-Oleum spray paints too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it says right on it, good for plastics. So.
Yeah. I just find that the Rust-Oleum works really well, but the Krylon smells so bad. Like I have to literally do it outside.
Yeah, well, I always do it outside. Any of the painting I do.
Mark is asking if these are these new paint pens. These are actually the same metallic markers that I was using in my video where I did your car, Chris.
Okay, yeah.
Go home car. They come in, I think, a set of 8 or 10 colors, and they flow onto plastic so well. It's like ridiculous.
Where'd you get
So
them
I
from?
find
Is that an Amazon thing?
Amazon, yeah. If you go to the video, there's a link in the description for them.
Okay, perfect. That was going to be my next question.
Yeah. But
And you said, how much did you say they were for 10?
I don't even remember. I think they were like $20 maybe.
That's not bad.
But they last a long time. I've had them now for over a year.
Oh, nice.
And they're still going strong. But they go on so well. I'll show you. There's a video, or it's not a video. There's a building that I did one on, and it just like it soaked up onto the brick so well. Just one sec, I gotta step away. I'll grab it.
Yep.
This one here.
Oh yeah.
So the green and the purple are both of those colors, and then the black is a paint marker. Oh, and the silver, there's some silver highlighting here too. That's with the same markers as well.
And you can still clearly see the brickwork too. That's really nice.
Yeah, like the texture comes through, no problem, and everything. And then of course weathered it on top to blend it in, because this building was existing. Like I painted it years before I did the graffiti on it.
Yeah.
And it was for a different era. But then I changed my course of action with the diorama that it was on and decided to graffiti it and weather it.
Looks good. Now you offer this as a service as well, right?
Yes, I do. So
you want to talk a bit about that and pricing and whatnot?
Yeah, sure. So I mentioned in my last video that I started out at a show just kind of doing it randomly for people, and people actually, they started giving me I think $5 a car, and they were just like popcorn graffiti. Like I was doing cars in like 2 minutes and they looked like garbage in my opinion, but like now that I look back at it, but people seem to love it, so I kind of turned it into a bit of a business. And now I go to as many shows as I can in the year, and for existing cars, like if you bring me a car, it depends on the scale, the pricing, but an HO scale car I charge $20 Canadian, and then obviously there'd be like shipping on top of that if it was to be shipped to you or anything like that. But
you do them at shows, right?
I do them. Yeah, I do them right in front of you, and like you can go and walk around the show and come back, and I'll have it done for you and stuff like that. And then I also buy and sell. So I'll buy cars at as much of a discount as I can find, and then I'll graffiti them and then sell them at the shows as well, because not everybody walks with rolling stock just ready to be worked on, you know? So yeah. Sometimes it's just easier to buy a new car than it is to bring one to me.
That's true, yeah.
But the thing is too, I try to get the cars at as much of a discount as possible so that I can kind of compete with retail a little bit. Like it's not that much more than retail to buy one that's been done, because I try to find the deals, you know?
Yep. Makes sense.
I'll try and get the sales, and sometimes I'll buy stuff that's used if it's very well taken care of and lightly used, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like I think the car that I got for you was used, and it was bought off of a guy that was just getting out of the hobby, but his stuff was pristine. I wish I could have bought more of it, but I just didn't have the money at the time. I would have cleaned them out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like a brand. Well, except for the fact that it had graffiti and it was weathered, but it looked like a brand new car. Basically,
when I got this one from him as well. This one hasn't been done yet, but it's absolutely pristine.
Oh, nice! I like the markings on that. That's cool.
And then it's got I'm not sure the brand of it, but it's got the raised bars here, the latches, I believe these ladder rungs are brass.
Oh, nice.
Like it's really well done. It's not like exact rail quality on the bottom or anything like that, but that's what makes me think. I think it's like a higher end Walthers.
Yeah.
Or maybe Intermountain. I'm not too sure. But it's really nice.
Now we've got James with us today. How's it going, James? Oh, I think I already said hi, James. It's still early yet for me. And we've got Bubs, and he's our correspondent in the field today, which is really cool. Bubs, I did post the link there in the chat in case anything comes up. Just give me a nod and a wave when you show up there, and I'll bring you up, and we'll probably see a live train here again today.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just picked up some new paint markers from Michael's the other day. I'm just opening it now. Hopefully they work for me.
I was trying the Sharpie pens, or the Sharpie paint pens, for a while there.
Yeah.
And they don't have that same effect that those Amazon ones that you use. It seems a bit thicker of a paint for some reason.
Yeah, it's probably, well, the other one is more of a marker. I think it's just like an alcohol marker or something like that. Or it's a water-based ink, it says.
Ah, okay.
What brand name are those?
They're STA. They're just,
STA.
I think, and when I went to go find them, they were unavailable again, so I had to find another link. I think they're just like some offshore, like cheap knockoff kind of a pen. Like they don't, I think the name brand is different in the link that's in my description. I'm not too sure.
And James is right. We do need a train show soon. Something, anything.
Yes. I'm hearing talks of Belleville happening.
Belleville, yeah. Me and the guy are thinking about coming down to that.
They were saying that they couldn't get a school because of COVID.
Makes sense.
So they were asking around to see who was interested in having a show so they could find an appropriate sized venue.
Yeah.
And so I just emailed them yesterday to see if they have room for me. I'd like to go.
That would be neat.
Well, you wouldn't take up a whole bunch of room, would you?
No, I just need a table.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It's not like when we go to Hotrack, we take up a whole huge freaking space.
Yeah, that has to be like a 40 by like 60.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what they ask for usually. It's pretty big though. Usually, what they ask for. Now I did a little boo-boo.
Oh.
I glued these intermediary platforms on back the wrong spot.
Oh,
so
up
now
the
on the elevator. Yeah. So now I'm trying to take them off here.
Uh-oh. That's some thin plastic that you're dealing with there.
Yeah, I know. I got one off without breaking it. I don't know if I'll get this other one off or not. It's giving me a hard time.
Got my base
thing
together here.
This paint marker seems to be reacting to the ink in the other marker that I'm using. This is the first time I'm using these paint markers. I don't know if you could see it or not, but it's kind of like bleeding out.
Yeah.
I'll roll with it. I'll just make it part of the design. I don't know. We'll see. If anything, I'll wipe it off and start again.
It's always a process doing stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and then the thing is, like, I could just paint a big splotch, a big gray splotch. Doesn't even have to match, and it could look like it was repainted and then graffitied over again.
That's true.
Like, there's
That's true, yeah.
It's not like, oh, the car's ruined, I have to throw it out now. Which my brother wouldn't be too happy about because this is his.
Just crumple it up like a piece of paper and
just throw it at the wall. Start again. Next.
Next.
So what you can do now that I know that, what I can do is I'll dull coat in between layers.
Okay.
That'll keep it from bleeding.
Yeah, because that stuff dries pretty quick, right?
Mm-hmm. So that's a bit of a mess, but what I'll do is I'll dull coat this once it's dry a little bit, and then I'll touch it up with the green. Because that's a bit of a mess. Let's set that aside for now.
I have to do my ladder thing here too. Hmm.
Well, the good news, I got them off without breaking them.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
James is saying that he has 2 electric furnace kits. That's huge. That's going to be a massive kit. Because one's already pretty big, so if you've got 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I need these 2.
Well, I just took in that my laptop isn't plugged in. That's not good. There we go. Well, I'm hearing a bit of an echo.
Are you?
Yeah, am I the only one? I just heard myself like 30 seconds after I talked.
I get.
Yeah. No, I'm not getting any feedback here.
No.
I'm hearing myself say it again. I'm hearing myself say that I heard myself 30 seconds ago. Oh, you know what it is? Haha. I found out what it is. I have the stream open on another window.
That'll do it.
This is my first time doing anything like this. Bear with me, guys.
Well, that's fine, huh?
Was it your first time?
My first time being on a live.
Have you done a live yet, or?
Not on my channel. I've my wife has done lives on her channel before.
Oh, okay.
So I'm usually the one behind the switchboard, switching cameras and putting up graphics and all that kind of stuff.
Mark is asking, what's in that coffee, Tim?
Oh, that's a good old Tim Hortons double. Not sponsored. Trying to find something that I can do, that I can sketch out while I wait for that to dry.
Now, where do you usually look for inspiration?
I used to pull a lot of stuff off of Google.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to necessarily note for note copy anybody.
Yeah.
Because the graffiti scene can be a little bit dodgy sometimes, so I don't want anybody to come for me.
Yeah.
But like if I'm copying a car to be prototypical, then I'll copy it. But I don't really copy anything 100% anymore. A lot of times I just look for ideas for style, and then like I'll just pick a random word and just do that word in that style.
Kind of like putting your own twist on it, right?
Yeah. Or like, because a lot of times, like I'm looking at one right now. It says TAF. I don't know what that means, but it's just 3 random letters. So you just pick 3 random letters. I mean, I could do GVO. I could do. I've done the initials of different clubs before as a tag, and you don't know what it is unless you know what it is.
Oh, nice.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's a couple times I've done GRM, which is the initials for the Ganaraska Railway Modelers, which is the Port Hope Club that my brother is a part of.
Okay.
So I've done that on their layout. I've done it on his layout, a couple of our cars, just the odd time here and there.
I used to go down to Toronto, like when I lived in Brampton growing up there. I used to go down to Toronto almost every weekend or every other weekend to go record shopping.
Oh, right on.
And, there's these back alleyways down that way. And there would be graffiti all over the walls. And these are like massive, massive jobs that were done. And the city doesn't bother to get rid of them because they're down the back alleys, right? No one sees them
Right.
anyway, unless you're, down that way. So it's always fun to go down and see that stuff.
Kensington Market is a cool place for that stuff too.
Yes. Yeah.
There's not a single piece of bare wall in that area.
Nope.
I'll be right back, gents. I can't seem to find my my pencil sharpener.
Well, I'm getting this slowly fixed. I don't know if it's going to be right or not, but I think it's going to work.
Did it come apart okay?
Yeah, it came apart all right. It's just I think I built my things wrong somehow. I probably should have had one flipped over, so it's not, the ladders aren't going where they should be going. So I had to take them off, and now I'm just gonna, I guess I'll just put them back on, but it'll look all right, but it's not quite the way I'm supposed to be doing it.
And Tim, your wife is in the chat there too. What is your wife's name?
My wife's name is Melissa. I was just about to shout her out, actually.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So my wife has a channel all about motherhood. It's called Couch Mom Club. You'll see her in the chat there. And we started it when we were just about to have our second child, right around when COVID started. And we've been going strong ever since. She posts four videos a week on the channel, all about motherhood. And
I think he cut. Getting the color bars.
Uh-oh.
Where'd you go, Tim? Tim. Oh no, he's gone. Well, no,
Maybe.
he's still there. Like his link is still there, but
Oh, really? Okay, so he doesn't maybe realize he's gone yet.
I wonder if you can hear me though. Tim, your picture cut. Nah, I doubt it. There was nothing terrible about what he was doing or what he was saying, so I doubt that's YouTube. There you go.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, my battery died. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
Batteries. Oh well.
Yeah, so I swapped the battery and I put the other one on the charger. So if I die again, I'll be back in 30 seconds.
No worries. No worries.
I don't know if
the
this
stream
one's
going
charged
for you.
or not. Fun times. But yeah, so her channel is awesome. She's way better at talking to the camera than I am. So if that's something you're interested in, go check it out for sure. She's almost at 1,000 subscribers, and our goal is to be at 1,000 before she has the baby, because she's expecting our third now.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh wow.
Do you know if it's going to be a boy, girl? You waiting on that?
We like a surprise,
Okay.
so we're gonna find out soon. She's due in September, so it's right around the corner.
Crunch time.
Crunch. Yeah, exactly.
Steve says I thought that those taggers caught up with me.
And do you find that there's a lot of pushback from the whole graffiti thing? Haters, if you will.
So what happened? The only kind of feedback I've had negatively was, there was a graffiti tag in Oshawa that I used to drive by on the 401 every single day, and I thought it was so cool, and so I copied it and did it on a train car and thought nothing of it, but then used that as a picture to advertise my stuff online.
Oh.
And someone came for me and was like, "You copied that, blah, blah, blah." And they got mad at me. I took it down right away. Like,
I would honestly, I'd more or less take that as a compliment, unless it's something that you're using to make money off of. You know what I mean? Like, but if it's just an advertisement, then I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I just took it down. I said sorry. Never used it again for advertising. But oh well.
What about in general, like just graffitiing cars? I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and not everybody sees it as though they make it like that.
Yeah, there's a friend of mine who I want to try and set up a tour of his layout as well. It's phenomenal. It's probably one of the nicest layouts I've ever seen. But everything on his layout is super pristine and crisp and nice, and he doesn't have a single thing weathered. But he just likes it that way.
Yeah.
And I think that's just how he is. That's his take on it, you know? And he's like, I have hundreds of rolling stock. I don't have the time or money to weather any of it. So if I'm not gonna weather all of it, then I won't weather any of it. Which I get that. I mean, to each their own, right?
Yeah.
I've had people that come to me at shows and say, "Oh, graffiti is so disgusting. I hate graffiti and all this kind of stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. It's I could say the same thing too, but they make it like that."
Yeah,
well,
like
some
of
it's
Go ahead.
some of it's just like it's just they're putting their name on the thing just to see their name, but some of it is like art, like
Oh, absolutely.
There's these videos that I often see, which are really neat, where there's an artist that goes around these towns and finds all this hate graffiti, right? Like where it's hate towards cultures and religions and stuff like that, and then he covers it up with a beautiful mural / graffiti of his own. Like it's a graffiti style, but it's he's covering it. And it's obviously a much more positive take on covering up all the hate that's out graffitied in the world, right? I don't know if you guys have ever seen that.
I watched a documentary on graffiti a while back, and it was a documentary where they actually interviewed graffiti artists, and they like blurred their faces and everything, and they were saying like you don't ever cover up anyone's work unless it's to do something better, and then the people just have to respect that whatever you do is doing it justice to be covered up,
Yeah.
And there's just that mutual respect, unless it's something where it's like they're actually after each other and it's like a territorial thing. Like it's their way of peeing on a tree kind of a deal. They're just marking their territory.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's a whole culture. Like the graffiti, it's the graffiti culture. It's its own thing, and it's been around for a long time.
Well, it's been around forever.
Yeah, basically.
Like, it start well, back in the 50s, it wasn't really paint. It was like chalk marks on boxcars, right?
Yeah.
That they used
Joni
to
loves
use.
Chachi.
Yeah, that kind.
But yeah, I guess and it's evolved too over the years, where it's gone from just being simple stuff to being like really elaborate.
That's true.
So I'm trying to fix this bleeding a little bit and make it look like it was supposed to be like that. I don't know how well you guys can you guys see that okay?
Yes.
I can try and brighten it a little bit. There we go. That's a little better.
Do you have or have you seen something that is graffiti wise that really stuck in your mind, that you saw, that you just absolutely loved, or something that really spoke to you?
Nothing really stands out on its own. I love when I see an entire car done.
Mm-hmm.
And done well. I always get annoyed when I see stuff that's just done like just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
Mark says it looks dope. All right, Mark, you can read. Good.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the one that they did on that Union Pacific locomotive that was out in the desert? It was stored in a line of one. It looked like a big tiger or something. Did you see that? There, it was a few years ago.
Oh, the orange one?
I think I did. I think I did, yeah.
They had to bring they did it, like, I don't know when they did it, but there was a video of them showing them doing it online. I imagine it's gone now, but they had to take the locomotive back and repaint it because they had it like all over the couplers, all over the trucks, and all over the wheels and everything. So like, you can't have paint on the wheels or the couplers. So they even put like eyes on the windows.
There's always a lot. There's a whole graffiti scene in New York too, on the subways.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, you don't see much of that modeled because it's hard to model subways.
Well, there are people that do though.
Mm-hmm.
And they do make subway models like trains, so I don't. But like you say, it's hard to do because they do come up out from under the ground some places, but
yeah, it happens. They have that. They come up out of the ground in Toronto.
Yeah.
The first time I rode the subway, I never knew that, and all of a sudden, I was hit by daylight, and I'm like, "Wait, what is happening?"
And Lehigh River Subdivision is joining us. Welcome.
Hello.
Good day.
Now, Perry, you said that you had posted a video earlier, right?
Yeah, it was around 10 o'clock. I posted a video on my mail call there this week.
And do you know when you have the next video coming out, or is it?
Random? I have no idea. Yeah, it's just random. There, whenever I post it, like it was almost. I think my last mail call was like two months ago. It was back in June when I got something. There hasn't been anything coming out. But there's going to be a bunch of stuff coming out in the fall that I'm going to want. So
Yeah. They're saying third and fourth quarter is the big time, right? So
it seems like it's going to happen. It's probably going to happen all at the same time. So everything I want is going to be poof, there it is, and I'm going to think, okay, well, can't get that. I'll get this, and
yeah, it's either there's nothing at all or it all happens at the same time. There's never a steady consistency with it.
They say they try to plan it, but they seem to end up just dumping everything all out at the same time.
Yep.
For some reason.
And now, Tim, you normally post every Friday, right?
I try to. Yep. Yeah. Usually Fridays at noon if I have something.
Do you have anything that we should look forward to? What's today? Sunday? So next Friday?
I haven't filmed anything as of yet, but I'm really trying to stay consistent. So hopefully.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to think of, because you want to keep putting through like original content and whatnot, and keep things fresh and interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like you have to dig real deep to find it.
Now, I did put out a video a while back where I opened up a Firebird that I got from Shapeways.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of it's the same year as my brother's Firebird, so I did a bit of a B-roll sequence with his car as like an inspiration and also as an excuse to film his car because it's cool. And I haven't started on that yet because I know it's a bigger project and it's going to take me longer. Like a video where I do a car, I can film in one night and then edit the next morning and it's good to go. But the longer form videos, like where the project itself is going to take several days, I just haven't had the opportunity to start it yet because I'm still trying to get my basement set up where I can just come down and film and not have to worry about cleaning up or straightening out or anything like that. Which if that's my logic, it'll probably never happen. But I'm trying to get to a place where I can actually like streamline the filming process.
And I don't know if you've mentioned it or not, but you're expanding your layout as well.
Yeah. So right now I'm just kind of gathering materials because they're expensive. So it's taking me a bit of time. But by fall I want to be working on that for sure. Cool. And make that a bit of a build series.
The prices on lumber and stuff are supposed to be coming down now.
I hear that it is, but
it's like everything else. It's not coming down as fast as it went up.
No, exactly. You remember that there was like a brief second where gas was like 68 cents or something like that? 68 cents a liter?
Yes, I do. It was like
amazing.
It was amazing, yeah.
I wish I had a place to store gas. I would have stockpiled it or something.
Jerry cans.
Well, you only can store it so long it will go bad, but
yeah. I mean, we stockpile toilet paper.
Yeah, I think everybody does that now.
Yeah, we actually had toilet paper for a year before we had to buy more toilet paper. After that whole scare, it was pretty crazy.
It gets nuts out there.
Yep.
I lucked out there because about, I don't know, I want to say about a month before all that happened, I was at the grocery store and they had these big bulk packs of toilet paper, 40 rolls in a package. And if you bought two, you got so many air miles. And I thought, okay, so I threw two of those in. But I didn't really need any. I just bought them for the sake of buying and getting the air miles. And then all this thing happened with the toilet paper. I thought, okay, well, I'm set up for a while. So I wasn't really too stressed on that.
still no bubs yet. He said it was pretty
No.
quiet out there in the field, and there was not much chatter on the radio. So,
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Hey, Rayron, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. And Steve 87th, I'm not sure if I said hi to you yet, but if I didn't, hello.
So forgive me, I'm kind of a rookie when it comes to any kind of train spotting. I just see them when they go by. I don't really chase them or anything like that. Where does he have like an app or like a frequency that he tunes into or something like that? How does he have his radio? Or
Yeah,
is it like an actual?
It's basically, yeah, it's a radio. So he can, when we pull up near within, I think it's a certain distance of the CP yard that's in Smiths Falls, you can hear the crew chatter because there's a dispatch there, and you can basically hear everything that's going on from the via going through, if they need clearance or anything, to when the next big freight goes through there, if they need to stop, change crew, or anything like that. So,
Okay.
yeah, we basically hear everything that's happening.
It's a scanner. It's sort of like listening to airplanes or police bands or fire trucks. You can program it to whatever frequency they have, and then it'll pick up on that.
Okay.
And then
it's very helpful. I remember I went one day with my kids to Smiths Falls, but I didn't have a radio with me. And we were sitting there, and of course, kids, they get bored just sitting there waiting. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll tell you what, let's drive around to the other side of the yard because there's a giant clearing there, and we'll see if, anything happens. And as soon as we pulled away and we went around the corner to go down to the other side of the yard, train had gone through.
Oh.
it's always the way.
Yeah. My
Well,
patience required more patience.
Right. I was going to say next weekend, Saturday is supposed to be like 70% cloudy and thunderstorm, 70% chance of thunderstorms. Sunday is a better day. I don't know if you want to look into that or.
Well, I don't even think the guys are able to make it. So, yeah, it's, I think, yeah, as far as trying to get everybody together on one day, it's really difficult. So
that's true.
Yeah. So I was thinking about maybe holding off for now, and
okay.
I forgot to mention it to you, but yeah, it was supposed to be next weekend. A lot of these parts that this kit comes with, it's like you have to wait until it's actually placed on the layout in order to actually set some of these up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Do you have a spot lined up for it though? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have a pretty good idea of how I want it to go, but it's not completely there yet as far as construction wise. So I have to wait a bit until I can get it organized, and then I can set it all up.
It's been a while since I've built any kits. My layout's been the same size as it is forever, so I haven't needed to build anything.
Is it? It's portable, right? You're able to take it with you if you move.
Oh yeah, it'll come with me when I move for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I built it at my parents' house, and then from there it went to, we had a 3-bedroom apartment, and it was in the guest room, one of the guest rooms, because we didn't have any kids yet. So we had a guest room, a train room, and a master bedroom. And then we moved to a townhouse where we had a basement. So now it's in the basement.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
But now that it took a lot to get it into the basement where it is now. I had to chop off one of the mountains. Like there was a little bit of a cliffside on the one corner. I had to chop that off, and some of the trees got severely damaged when I brought it down the stairs. And so now it's like, okay, well, I'm obviously not going to take it to any shows or anything because it was too much of a nightmare to get it down the stairs. So I might as well just expand. And then when I move, I'll save what I can save and move what I can move, and then that'll be that.
Whatever works, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
I think I've done the moving thing so many times in the past, like 8 years. It's crazy.
My plan is to make anything that I do now to be modular, like not necessarily like made so that it can go together and apart 1,000 times, but just so that I plan so that I can take it apart in sections. Like I'm not gonna anywhere where I have like two tables joining each other, I'm not gonna put a turnout or anything.
Yeah.
So that I can just cut the rails and unscrew it, and away we go.
Makes sense. It's easier that way, right?
Yeah, cut the rails,
Yeah.
cut the wires, unscrew it, and then move it. And then if like I don't know where we'd move to, right? So I don't know if I would keep it in the same configuration or if I just use pieces off of it or what. But at least that way I have the option, right?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to just take a sledgehammer to it.
Well, that's sort of the premise of Hoe Track too, because it's never the same layout twice.
Yeah. So that's just like
it's all
that's
modular.
just like a modular standard, kind of like T-Track or N-Track or Freemo.
Yeah. It's all like 2 foot by 4 foot sections, and it all goes together and plugs in, and away you go.
Yeah, there's a few clubs at the shows that I've been to that have that, and it's pretty cool because then you can get like 2-3 clubs that link up to each other. You get this big massive layout.
That'd be nice.
Ours is pretty big as it sits, but
one of the ones. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, let's go ahead.
I was just gonna say one of the clubs that is like that in our area is Sopper Valley. I don't know if you've seen them before or not.
Soper Valley?
Yeah.
Where is that now? That's in Bowmanville, right?
That's in Bowmanville, yeah. But they go to they go to Belleville and they go to Whitby and all of them shows.
I used to belong to them years ago when they first started.
Oh, for real?
So, yeah. In
cool.
Soper Valley, because they used to have a layout in the mill there down in Bowmanville.
Yeah, that's
right. I don't know. Yeah, so I used to I helped build that a little bit.
Oh, no way.
That layout. Yeah.
So you knew what's his name? Jens? Is that his name?
I don't know. I don't remember very many.
He did all the wiring and stuff. Absolute genius when it comes to DCC wiring.
Well, it wasn't DCC then. Like when we first started, it was there was no DCC.
Oh, okay.
Or it was in its infancy, maybe.
Yeah.
But we had a guy from the nuclear plant there that worked at Hydro, and he was doing all the wiring with relays and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty wild.
Do you remember his name?
No, I don't.
No, okay.
I don't remember very many people that were there because I was only maybe 13 or 14 at the time.
Oh, okay.
Like it was years and years and years. Like I'm gonna say 75, 76, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, so the club's changed quite a bit since then, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Are they still there?
In that location, I don't think so. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
The club still exists, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I mean, anything could have changed during COVID, right? But
Well, yeah, everything's changed since then. But I mean, just prior to that, kind of, if they were still in existence, I
used to go to their
hear.
show.
Okay.
Their show in Bowmanville, and then they had the flea market that they would do every so often.
Where are you located near now? You don't have to be precise, just Clam.
I'm in Brampton now.
Okay.
But I go to all the shows in that area, in the Durham area and stuff.
Right.
The Greater Toronto Train Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which admittingly has gotten better over the years.
I went to that once.
Yeah.
I went to the Brampton show in, I think, 2017. And it was pretty good. They had a pretty good sized layout in the second building. My spot wasn't fantastic. I was kind of thrown in a corner because I was brought in at the last minute. But that was just because I was brought in at the last minute. Like, that's not their fault. But I was kind of overlooked by a lot of people because they cut corners to go to the next layout, right? Because the layouts are the attraction.
Yeah.
That's why I used to like bringing my layout to the shows, because it brought more people to my table because they wanted to see my layout too. But it's just a hassle to bring it.
Well, you could always make some kind of a little thing that, like a 2 foot by 4 foot little switching thing, or maybe 2 foot by
I have
8 foot or something, just something that you can bring them in.
I have a rotating display.
Okay.
That it's HO scale. It's just a static diorama, but it's the same scene twice. So it has a dividing wall, and then it spins. It's on a turntable, and it has a dividing wall down the middle of it. And then on one side, the scene is like 60s era, where everything is nice and bright and shiny. And then on the next side on the other side, it's modern day, where everything's run down and graffitied and all of that. So you can see like the different levels of weathering that you can do depending on your era.
Okay. That's neat.
So it just rotates around, and you can see the two styles. There's a video about it on my channel if you want to check it out.
All right, thank you.
It's just a short. You see it spin around. But I had never seen anything done like that before, and I thought it would be a cool way to show it off, like to be able to show what graffiti looks like versus what it doesn't look like,
Yeah.
Like a before and after kind of thing?
Yeah, so I got the same building twice, and I got the same truck. Like there's a yellow truck that's like brand new and nice in the like untouched in the one scene, and then in the other scene it's all rusted up and busted down behind the building.
Sure.
Well,
from
right
showrooms.
So there's my truck, and then there's the beat down version. So we've got nice brand new truck here. I still have to put the mirrors on it. I haven't done that yet, but I have them. And then
cool.
This guy here.
Junkyard.
So when it's all like, I ripped the bumper off the back and put it in the box with some crates and stuff. It says it looks like it was spray painted on the side. It says for sale, and then on the hood it says $600. Like someone just spray painted right on the truck. I did that because I drove past a house that had the shell of like a 1947 Chevy or something like that. Like just the body, just in the weeds, and someone just spray painted $600 on the side of it. Or some, I don't remember the price, but it was just spray painted on the side and said for sale. Like, but you spray painted on it, so there's no hope of it being a rat rod.
Have a good week there, James. Don't forget, Third Rail Thursday is over on Mark's channel this Thursday. I'm sure we'll see you there.
Yeah, James, take it easy, buddy.
Well, graffiti depends as well. Sometimes it is just some lines or spray paint because kids are bored too. Not all graffiti is art.
Yeah, that's very true. A lot of times, I'll show you guys here. What I'll do is they make those same Sharpie pens in different colors. So I'll take. Let me just grab it here. I'll take a Sharpie pen and I'll literally just go like that. Do that in a few places in a few different colors, and it just kind of pulls everything together.
Nice.
It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I'll just pick a random word and just scribble it. The worst penmanship you can think of.
Well, my penmanship is not too great, so
There you go. You're set.
I'm set.
They make it like that.
You make it like that. I make it like that.
A lot of times that's how I'll sign my car so that I know I did it.
In graffiti.
Yeah, I'll just graffiti my initials or something in that scribble style, and then it looks like it's part of the graffiti, but it's also me signing the car.
Yeah, only you knows what it is then.
Mm-hmm. So just like that.
Cool.
Now I forgot to do that on yours, Chris. So maybe next time I'm there.
I was honestly, I was like, I want to see. I'm gonna check and see if it's there. But you answered my question before I could go get it.
My bad. It's not there. I forgot. I was trying to get it done before we left for Ottawa.
It's all good.
What's Steve saying now? There's jelly roll pens. They have a variety of tips down to 0.4. Interesting. But even on these hoppers, I'll scribble right down here on the chute sometimes because it's right low to the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'll like put the year just for fun. But Steve, where can you get those?
And Tristan's in the chat. Hey, Tristan, how's it going? I'm almost done this walkway. This was like honestly the most tedious thing I've ever done.
Well, you're on the walkway. I don't have all the paint done on that yet, so I haven't done that yet.
Steve said that art stores, they are from Sakaru, and they made the first jelly.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check those out. I'm always trying to find like the thinnest marker that I can find with good coverage. The Sharpie paint markers that I have are really fine. Like they're just as fine as the pens, and they have really good coverage, but they explode, or at least the ones I have explode. Like if you because you know with a paint pen when you have to press on the nib to get the paint to flow.
Yeah.
I found if I did that enough, it would just blotch everywhere. I was working on a car once, and I was actually filming it for. This was before the channel. I was just filming it so that I had some content, and I was drawing out my line work and stuff, and then I just had to press the nib just a little bit to get more paint out, and it just exploded over the whole car, just this big black splotch.
Oh man.
And then luckily I was able to wipe most of it out, but I still had to do some damage control. It was not cool.
Do they make them like that on purpose, or what?
I don't know.
You have to buy more?
I don't know, but that's why I'm not a fan of them. I'm gonna try these ones out. I got them at Michael's. They're just they're the thinnest I could find. They're 0.7, but we'll see. They seem to be working. But I had to spray the marker work that I did, the green, with the dull coat, so that it didn't bleed out like it was before.
His battery died.
Uh-oh.
And
Oh, that wasn't the battery. That was my display timing out. But my battery is kind of low. So.
Yeah, because it did the same thing where it was like the color bars. So.
Yeah, that's when the computer loses signal from the camera.
Gotcha. So I'm pretty sure these pieces that I'm cutting right now, these are all for the top of the tank there. At least I'm pretty sure they are. But I'm keeping them all attached to the sprue. I'm just lifting them up a little bit so that when I spray them, they're not going to be flat on the ground. And they're not at the top. So let's clean that off, and then it's good to go. Because these railings are very tedious. There we go. Nice. 99% prep work, 1% build.
I tell you, it's tedious. Is this freaking thing that I'm putting together? This thing here doesn't want to stick.
Oh, the
chute or whatever. I don't know.
The smaller one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I think as far as this kit here, besides like a few of the pieces that they're just detail parts, so I'll probably end up finishing them throughout the week. So next Sunday, I will probably start that last kit. Well, the last kit I have anyways. The one with the 2 buildings, that massive warehouse, and then the smaller drive-through.
The unloading thing.
Yeah.
And then when we have the cooling tower too, right?
Yeah, I'm probably.
I have that. You don't have yours yet, right?
Nope. No, probably not till October. I'll make a point to go out to Montreal then.
You guys got to plan that trip to Otter Valley.
I usually wait for like something huge to come in. For example, like when the not the ore cars, the gondolas came in. There was 12 of them, so I went down for those. And the LRC cars, when those came in, I got like 14 or 15 of them, so I went down for those.
Yeah. You got to make it worth your trip, I guess.
Yeah. Usually when it's a big release and I don't want to wait the however many days for the the postage.
Well, those kits that I got from Otter Valley there this week, they came early. Like they sent them, I think, on Monday or Tuesday, and I had them on Thursday in my
Nice.
mailbox. Usually I have to go to the mail because usually it says "Do not safe drop" on the thingy, and
Yep.
they just put them in my mailbox here at the house. So
Oh, weird.
yeah, I was kind of happy with that because I hate going to the mail place. Like it's always good stuff that I'm getting, but like, it's just a pain. You have to go in there, pick it up, and go home and stuff. So
I think the pandemic has made everybody want to stay home and do nothing. No one wants to leave the house for anything unless it's important.
Yep.
yeah, well, I don't know.
Like I could
You
go
see
to the
lots of
store.
people out there. There's lots of people out there driving around now.
Oh yeah.
Like, because I drive a truck, so like I see lots of people out, especially on like Thursday. It seems like everybody takes off on Thursday to go to the cottage or a trailer or someplace wherever they're going, and they take a 3-day weekend every week. There's a bunch of traffic Thursday, and then there's Friday around. It starts around 2, and then it kind of tapers off by 6 or so.
Tell you, this is the perfect time to go to the movies, though. Empty
Oh, yeah.
theaters. Oh, it's perfect.
We went on Friday actually, and there was only 8 people in the theater.
Oh,
Really?
What'd you go see?
We went to go see Respect, that Aretha Franklin movie.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, it was amazing.
We went and seen Suicide Squad yesterday.
Oh, right on. How was it?
Oh, probably the best DC movie so far.
Yeah,
I mean, besides the first Wonder Woman, that was really good. But
that was
this was like huge. This was next level. Well, James Gunn, right? So he never disappoints.
Yeah, I feel, for it to be the best one, I mean, the bar was set pretty low, but
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I liked Man of Steel.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite Superman, but it was good.
I've always found myself to be more of a Marvel guy, but some of these, like, I don't like to miss out on, just in case.
I am so far behind on Marvel movies, it's not even funny.
Oh, really?
I've almost given up. I've almost just been like, okay, well, maybe I'll watch some, but like it's too much to catch up on.
Some of them I could just sit and watch on repeat.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is it's the same recipe. Every single one of them, it seems.
Yeah, they've got a very similar dynamic to them.
It's like okay, well, there's a hero and then there's a villain that has similar powers, and then they have a big fight, and then the guy wins and saves the day.
Yeah.
But and you just kind of have to turn your brain off and be like, okay, some buildings are gonna explode. That'll be cool. But I don't want to sound like a cynic or anything like that. Like, I love superhero movies, always have, but it just seems like now that there's so many of them, it's just like, okay, well, what next?
Yeah.
It's hard to top 1,000,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to put it on and just, work away on the layout or whatever, and it would just be that background noise too.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
A lot of people just put on the radio or whatever, or people will watch YouTube while they're on, doing stuff with their layout.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea, actually, watching YouTube.
Well, it's like when we're doing our our Third Rail Thursday thing there, right? Like, I think Dave was working on his layout while I was working on my layout, and then, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's always got something going on. I think I was editing or something when I was watching. The trick is, for me, it's tricky to find the time sometimes to actually, like, not necessarily to make a video, but to actually just sit down and do some work. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when you film yourself, you have to worry about setting up cameras and lights and everything. Whereas if you just buckle down and do the job.
Mhm.
Right.
For me, like, because I sit in front of a computer 5 days a week for 8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing I want to do is, watch TV or, be in front of another computer screen the rest of the time. So that's why I'm happy doing the whole hobby thing, or, chipping away here and there at it. And
Yeah. No, it's true.
mind you, we got a PS5 last month, so I've been a little preoccupied, just a little. I blame my kids though.
I still have a PS3.
Classic.
Yeah.
Those were good though.
I've never been much of a gamer, so I'm happy. Like, I got it when the PS4 came out, so that's kind of how I've always bought a system behind, because it's
Yep.
cheaper and I don't play that much, so it doesn't bother me. I still have my PS2 from when the PS3 came out.
PS2
I don't have
was so
I have a PS0.
Yes.
My battery's flashing, guys. I'm gonna swap batteries real quick.
Perry, you never went to the arcade back in the day, or what?
Oh yeah, we went. Used to go run up at lunchtime to the arcade and play Pac-Man and then Space Invaders and all those. But I was never really very good at it, so I just never got into.
Caused
I
some
never
trouble
got
for
it.
the establishment, or what?
No, because it was in the back of it was in the back of a restaurant. So we used to go in there for lunch, and then we used to hang out in the back and play those games, and then. But yeah, I wouldn't. Like I say, I was never very good at them. So there was other guys there. The holy crap, they were freaking wild scores that they used to get.
Yeah. Pinball's a classic. I always went to the arcade for the pinball myself personally. We had one at the local mall, right? So you'd go to the mall, and all the kids would be hanging around the arcade, which is right by the food court, which is ironic, how they just happen to be together.
Yes, it wouldn't be. Yeah.
Rail Artist says he's doing that right now, where he's listening to us babble and work on his book.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're that background noise for your Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I'm watching paint dry.
Literally
watching paint dry. I'll take a minute and watch what you guys are doing.
Well, I'm not doing much. I'm just putting these things together here.
Same. I'm working on like detail parts here for the thing. I've got a lot still that I need to paint, but I'm putting a lot of the smaller pieces together to make bigger pieces so that it's easier to paint. I think after I'm done that next kit, I'm gonna have to revert back to my steel mill because I still have like 3 more steel mill kits to build, and hopefully by then I got places to put all these things.
I was gonna ask you how much work you had left to do on your mill, your steel mill.
There is a total of, I'm gonna double check here. Two kits? 2 or 3? 3 kits. Yeah, I've got 3 kits still to do with the steel mill.
Wow.
And then I have to still, there's a lot that I have to finish on my other 2, but it's all the stupid detail stuff that's small and tedious. So
Yeah, well, I mean, you see how I am with details. That truck has been on that diorama for over a year now, and it still doesn't have the mirrors on it. Just took it out of the box and stuck it there.
yeah, well, it's one thing putting them together, which that's fine, but then you have to paint them, and then you
Yeah.
have to, but there's no actual place for me to put those steel mill kits yet.
Yeah,
So I'm just kind of playing it by ear, more or less.
because you still have to lay a lot of track, right?
That's right.
Do you have the track?
I have track. Yeah, I've got about 2 boxes of track and 2 boxes of cork.
Okay.
So that should get me up the helix, and then hopefully at least either halfway or from one end to the other, mainline wise, of the top level.
Yeah, because that the price of track is ridiculous right now. So I was hoping you had some already.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I've got all the switches for mainline as well for the top level. Minus 1, which I used for an industry, so I just need to get one replacement switch.
Oh, good. That's my thing. I think I have enough track for my expansion, but I don't have anywhere near the amount of turnouts that I need. But the turnouts are just ridiculously expensive now.
Yeah. Less is more when it comes to that.
And then I used to buy turnouts at shows all the time, used, because I didn't care as long as they were in good shape and they worked.
Yeah.
I'd buy them used by the handful at shows, but with there not being any shows, you can't find them.
Yeah.
All right.
One of the longest processes is building a yard, like a yard ladder and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, I was telling you about my brother's yard. 3 of us went at that. My brother's yard is about 30 feet long and eight tracks deep.
Jeez.
Plus a double main that goes through it.
That's what eats up all the track, right?
That eats up a ton of track. We were at a show, and he bought a box of used track, and the guy was looking at him like he was from Mars when he asked how much for the box, because he had a ton of track there.
Yeah.
He was selling it for whatever per length, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, how much for the box? The guy looked at him like he was crazy. He's like, no, I'm serious. I'll take it all. So this was the Saturday. He bought the track, the whole box. We went home to his house that night, and 3 of us just started laying track, and we got the whole yard and the double main down in that 30-foot stretch in one night.
That's nuts.
Wow.
It was insane. But yeah, it's a pretty cool thing to see. We took pictures of it, and then we went back to the show on the Sunday, and the same guy was there selling more stuff, and we showed him the pictures. We're like, that's what we did with your box of track, and he just lost it. He's like, what? He's like, you did what with my track? Hopefully this doesn't. I tried the dull coat in between layers this time, so hopefully this doesn't bleed.
Yeah, hopefully that works.
don't like the white though. I'm not going to use the white as an outline. Actually, you know what? Yes, I will. These paint markers too, they come with a second nib.
Oh, just in case the first one gets ruined?
Yeah, so I thought that it just came separate, but there's the nib already in the marker, and then there's a second one in the cap, just right here. Just pretty cool. I mean, this is my first time trying this brand, so
yeah,
we'll see how it works.
Huh.
I bought 3 colors. I bought white, black, and gold because those are the hardest things to achieve with just regular markers. So I figured at the very least those colors would come in handy, and then if I like them, I'll go back and get more colors.
Steve is asking, what brand are you using now? I'm not sure what Steve is referring to, like what brand of what? Markers, glue. We were talking about switches a minute ago.
Okay, well, glue, I'm not using glue, but when I do, I use CA glue. Switches, I use Pico, and these are, I don't know if you can see it or not.
Oh, he said paint markers.
Pebo, PBO. They're the ones you can get at Michael's. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it's PEBEO.
Fuego.
Fuego?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
could be.
I was just being
Acrylic.
smart.
They're acrylic, anyways.
They work well. The thing is, because I'm using white on top of another color, it muddies the white a little bit. So then I have to go and clean it off by scribbling on a piece of paper. But I'll just have to go over it again a second time.
Whatever gets the job done, right?
I'll do the outline and then I'll let it dry, and then I'll just trace over it one more time.
Perry, you still have the fermentation tanks to do, right?
Yeah, I was looking at that this morning. I still have all those to build too, so I got lots of work to do. I have to put them together. I guess I'll put them together and then I'll paint them because I don't really see painting them prior to.
Yeah, it'll probably be easier to glue them if it's all one or not painted.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm just trying to figure out which piping I'm supposed to use for the top of this because it doesn't really specify. It just tells you you're supposed to cut it at 3 5/16 inches. It doesn't tell you what number to use. And there's a bunch of different numbers, so.
And this bridge that they give you, like this thing here, the walkway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, you're supposed to put this piping here on top of it, but you can see the length of it sticks out way further. And you can't just put one because then one is too short. So, because that makes sense, right? But this is also supposed to be like ground, like it's a ground conveyor, and there's supposed to be ground piping. So I don't know.
That's a pretty massive set of kits. How many kits are there in that?
7?
So, yeah, I think 7, yeah. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, no kidding.
A lot of painting, too. guess I'll just take one of these pipes and cut it. Go from there.
So I have a building on my layout that I don't really care too much about. I plan on replacing it. It's just kind of a placeholder. And anytime I need to test out a marker, I just scribble on the side of the building. So I'm just testing out this marker to make sure that it's white again. And I'm just scribbling. It's not even actual graffiti. It's just random blobs, but it'll do the job. It's a background building.
Cool.
Yeah, Steve, you're absolutely right, because there is enough room there between, because there's obviously there's the walkway, which is on top, but there's a little space there where you can basically, you might be able to fit it underneath the actual walkway. Oh, you know what? It might not even fit. Nope, they don't. Okay, that's kind of broken. Oh, geez. No, they don't give you enough room to put it underneath it for some reason. I'm gonna see if I can lift that up a little bit. Yeah, the piping is too thick.
That's not gonna work.
I wonder if, is there a picture? Let me give you a picture. Yeah, no, they literally show to put it on top of the walkway, and then you can see the little the pipe that comes down to it, and yeah, it sits right on the top there. It just goes over the vehicles, right?
Hmm.
But it's like it's right over onto the one side of it. So there is enough room there. You could, let's see. Yeah, you could fit two pipes side by side, but you really just want the one. That could just be the, we'll call it poor design. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not, but that's, they make it that way.
They make it that way.
I'm gonna have to trademark that one of these days.
Patent pending. You get like $5 every time somebody says that.
Right? They make it like that merch coming soon. My wife has mugs and t-shirts for her channel.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because I'm like, I don't have a dad mug or anything like that. You have your mom mug. So now it's like maybe I need a they make it like that mug.
Do you have a logo?
Yeah, the spray can.
Okay.
And then there's the logo, like the title sequence that's at the beginning of the videos. But yeah, it would be a pretty cool looking mug, I think.
I have some shirts that I've like designed and whatnot, and like I've got a Teesprings and a Patreon and all that. I never really talk about it or post it because you know, that's just me. I don't know. I've presented it as an option in the past, but I don't really ever promote it.
That's cool. I didn't know it. I didn't. Do you use the Patreon at all, or is that just you have it so that the name is saved?
both. Like if people wanted to more or less, support the channel in that way, and also they get free stuff out of it, right? Like there's
I see.
different tiers where if someone says, okay, well, I want to donate like $5 a month to support the channel, then they get a shirt after like 3 months or something like that. Oh, he's gone. That time he's gone for good.
You're gone again? Oh, that's not good.
I'm sure he'll be back. I'll post it. Post the thing, the link there.
Yeah.
Must be slow out in the
Yes.
field because I haven't heard from Brandon. Like he said that it was slow out there, but
Well, usually there's something, but even if it was a VIA train going by.
yeah.
Because I texted him earlier and he said he was down at his brother's place down there, or helping his brother rather. That's where he is.
Mark goes, his camera died after 90 minutes. They make him like that. Zing.
They make ha ha ha.
Good old Mark.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Sorry about that, guys. My Chrome browser randomly closed on me.
Chrome?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Say the line. They make them.
I think Mark got me covered in the chat already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's on the ball today.
He's right on it today. Yeah, he's been here all day, this time.
Yeah, normally he comes and goes and whatnot, but
he must be bored. Nice bright day too. I think he'd be outside doing something.
Or maybe our quality of entertainment is just so captivating.
I think that's it. Yes.
That he's glued to his TV.
He can't pull himself away.
No.
He's excited for Thursday. He's
that's what it.
Possibly. I'm assuming. I'm just assuming, but if I was Mark,
this is not. So this will be Mark's week. It's not the After Dark one yet.
Correct. Yeah, that's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's the last Thursday of the month, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Mark's up this week. I don't know what he has planned. He never tells me, unless he tells me, but he hasn't told me. So.
He wants to keep you guessing.
Yeah, we want to let the cat out of the bag, I guess. Let's see, 15, 19, 16, 18. Steve's still trying to wake up. Wake up, Steve. 15 and 16. Okay.
So all my business cards have the wrong phone number on them because I changed my phone number. So now I use them as like scrap pieces of paper to test out markers.
Don't you hate that? You change the number and then those business cards are no longer good.
Yeah, I had like 500 business cards made up and then I changed my number.
Yeah, but Mark, Lego trucks aren't train related.
Or are they?
Or are they? They could be if it's like I do have a Lego train, so I guess you could stretch it like that. I don't know.
We'll have to do a Saturday Lego build.
There you go.
Maybe. Saturday Lego build.
I haven't played with Lego in so many years. I've stepped
I
on
haven't
Lego.
even. You step on Lego.
Yeah.
That can't be good.
No, I mean when you have kids, you never know.
Yeah.
It happens. You step on Lego, you step on Hot Wheels.
Been there.
My son is obsessed with Hot Wheels. He
Yeah,
absolutely loves it.
I was too when I was a kid.
He says he wants to have a YouTube channel where he talks about Hot Wheels.
They do have those, and they race them.
Yeah.
You ever see those?
Yeah, I have. We watch them all the time, actually.
You guys ever remember the Hot Wheels came out with these cars? They used to be have little motors. They used to call them sizzlers, and you had to charge them up and then turn them on, and they go down the track just as fast as they could go until they ran out of juice.
Huh.
I don't remember that.
Don't.
You don't remember those? Well, they were pretty cool.
I was always a fan of the tracks where you have to you set it up and it does whatever. Like it'll go in the loop and then it'll jump the monster trucks into the other catching thing and.
He's gone again.
I'm here.
Okay. Just the picture's gone.
Oh, and this battery's flashing. Oh my goodness, guys. Sorry about this.
No worries. We're coming to the end anyways. We're about 10 to 1 there.
Okay.
So, yeah, I usually only go for 2 hours, so we'll probably call it at change battery pack. We'll probably end it right at 1 o'clock today, and then we'll reconvene next week.
Alrighty.
Next train time, next train channel.
Right.
That's what having multiple batteries is for, I guess.
Yep.
If I come on another one, I'll make sure I'm charged up.
All good. It happens.
That looks good though. That I like that dope.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the little sparkle thingy there in the middle too.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. The white.
That's why I was so excited to get a white paint marker, is because it's hard to do something like that with a lighter color over a darker color unless you have paint markers.
Yes.
But the trick is to let it dry first, because otherwise you just muddy up the white. Like I was impatient here, and you can see some of the brown in the white. But
yeah, well, you probably would wait maybe for a day for it to dry normally, right?
Not usually. It dries pretty quick.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it dries pretty quick, and I'll work on several cars at once usually.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
At the shows and stuff, I'll do like 5 or 6 cars at a time. And then that way, by the time I'm done the 6th car, the first one's dry.
Yeah, okay, I understand that.
And then I'll do the other side of all of them, and then then I go through and weather them.
Okay.
And it doesn't take too much time for them to dry at that point.
You don't weather them first and then do it sometimes, or
if anything, I'll do some graffiti and then I'll weather it, and then maybe I'll do a little bit more graffiti after that, so it looks more fresh.
Okay, yeah.
But I'll always go back over it again with just at least a little dusting of like dirt along the like a black color along the bottom of the car, just to show like dust from the tracks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and that blends it all together, because you could have the freshest graffiti and then you go 2 minutes down the road or down the rails and you're dirty again.
Yeah. Well, they tend to seem to put graffiti on the newer cars more than the older ones, because it's nicer canvas, I guess you'd call it.
Mm-hmm.
Steve said that's a good thing about the gel pens. You can do several colors just like that. It's water-based ink, so the drying does take some time. The gels are used in journaling too.
Yeah, I was just reading that.
That's interesting. Where do you? Oh yeah, I asked that question already. You said you get them at like art stores and stuff like that. I'll have to look for them. What was the brand again? Sakura. I'll have to check those out for sure. So obviously, I didn't get this car completely finished within the 2 hours. It's kind of a casual conversation while we're working, right?
Yeah.
But when it's finished, I'll be sure to post it on my Reddit page as well. And I'll probably show you guys in the next video that I do when it's finally finished.
Looks good.
Yep.
Have you ever thought to do up a bunch of smaller graffitis and almost make like a decal sheet and offer it as a as something that people can just, almost like a water transfer?
I haven't, because I've never been a fan of the decals. So it's kind of like the competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if it's your own artwork, right?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's a possibility, but I've always tried to push doing it by hand because I always think that it looks so much better, you know?
Yeah.
I do decals sometimes when it's like signage. So like I have a billboard on the side of one of my buildings. It's a Coke billboard, and it's printed already weathered, like it's looking like it's peeling off of a building.
Oh, okay.
And then I put it on the building and then weathered around it to kind of blend it in. But as far as graffiti work goes, I've always just rather done it by hand. Makes sense. But I mean, I don't hold it against anybody that wants to do it that way, because I mean, if it's easier for you, or if you prefer it, or whatever, like, you do what you want. It's your railroad.
Yep.
Trying to wake up my white again.
Steve said that Micron also has a line of color pens too. I saw them not too long ago at the art store as well.
Okay. I didn't see, like, I don't really have too many art stores near me other than Michael's, and they didn't really have too much of a selection. They just had like these were the smallest I could find that they had at that location. I mean, they might have more at other locations. I don't know, but I definitely want to hit a Curry's when I get a chance. And I mean, there's always Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon's building a big, huge new warehouse there just south of Ottawa.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they got one. Well, it's just east of Ottawa there on the 417. I thought it was big, and I
Oh yeah, I
went by
saw that one.
Yeah, I thought it was big, but this other one it's I guess almost that size again. It's
Oh wow,
huge. Like this, how could they build something so big?
that's quite massive.
You
Yeah,
ever
they
see
are.
the Amazon store that you can go into, and basically, if you have an Amazon account, you scan your phone, it knows you're in the store, and there's cameras everywhere. And if you pick something up off the shelf, it automatically charges your card.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
wow. So you can't even
basically,
pick up something to look at it.
I don't know if it charges you at the point of picking it up or at the part where you're walking out with it. Basically, if you're picking it up, it gets added to your cart.
Okay.
And
That
then
makes
I
more
think as soon
sense.
as you leave, then it charges you whatever amount for all that.
Well, that's kind of different. But
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've never seen an Amazon store though.
I'm not sure where it is, to be honest with you. I see
Maybe
just like a lot of random videos, and it was talking about it. And it's probably in the States somewhere. I don't doubt.
Yeah, probably something new. Compete with Walmart.
I've shopped on like when they do like their warehouse deals and stuff like that, where you get like open box stuff for cheap.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've looked around on there, but it's like nothing is like jumping out at me as being like a really good deal, you know?
Yeah, it would have to be like, something that you're really looking for to, and then it's convenient at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's 1 o'clock. I just finished up what I was working on there, so we've got Perry there. He's been working on that. Do you think that you're going to have that done today?
No, I don't think so. I got a bunch of painting to do, and there's a bunch of parts that I have to paint and do and put together yet on this, but it's going to be a fiddly kind of a thing, I think.
Yeah. Do you think you'll be working on it next week, or is it?
Well, I don't know if I will or not. If you're going to switch kits, I may just kind of follow along and just leave this for now, and I'll come back to it.
Okay, yeah, because I know you've already done the kit that I'll be working on, but there's a kit that I've already done that you haven't yet, so didn't know.
Well, no, I haven't done the corn, the unloading buildings.
Oh, you haven't done that one yet?
No, I've painted them.
Oh,
but
okay,
I haven't put them together. I haven't put them together yet. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, let's do that next Sunday then. We'll do that one. We'll pull that one out, and yeah, the new kit.
Yeah, okay. That sounds like a cool plan.
And Tim, you're like you said, you're gonna post to Reddit once you're done the car. You're still doing a bit more work on it there, and
yeah, I probably won't even finish it today because I got some stuff I got to do when I jump off here. But I'll definitely, if it doesn't get done this week, then I might even just jump on next week and finish it up for you. But
Yeah, I was gonna say you're welcome to join us again next week, and same train time, same train channel.
that would be cool.
And
Okay.
other than that, like I said, Thursday night we'll be over on M&M Rails channel for Third Rail Thursday. I'm sure we'll have some other videos throughout the week there, and he's been very consistent with posting the 2-minute videos, so go check those out. And then next week, GVO After Dark on Thursday, last Thursday of the month, and we'll recap the month for you in model railroading.
Cool.
Other than that, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you to Perry and Tim for joining me today.
No problem.
Do you guys have anything else?
Nothing on my end.
No, I just wanted to say thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not a problem,
It was a lot of fun.
whatsoever, guys. But until then, we'll see you guys later. All right.
All right.
Alrighty.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye now.